good evening. I'm Brian Blatter from Arrowhead Behavioral Health. We have Callan, she's our receptionist. We have Lexa, one of our clinicians. I keep pointing with the microphone and then pulling away from my face, so I'm going to fix it this time. And then we have Holly, one of our other clinicians. Two of our clinicians couldn't join us, Kelsey and Stephanie, but we'll kind of fill one on their behalf tonight. So, as I said before, I'm the owner and clinical director at Arrowhead Behavioral Health. Started the practice in 2019 in Fowlerville. My old office was in the building by the funeral home, kind of down the road, the big white building off the road there. Started there by myself, just me and my dog Hank. Grew it to where we're at today. We have 5 full-time therapists, 6 once our second location in Shelby opens here in Shelby Township in about 30 days. So really looking forward to launching that. We serve all populations at the practice here in Fowlerville, children all the way up to retirees ages. Offer several different modalities as far as marriage counseling, trauma treatment, cognitive behavioral therapy, EMDR, and several other things I'm probably forgetting on right now. You guys wanted to hear about some of the acronyms behind the names too, right?
Yeah.
What ones do we want to know? What ones have we seen?
Well, I've seen LLP, SS, the ones for social workers and all of those kind of, if you can break those down a little bit, and what those actually mean, because some people might be and need another thing but don't understand what that entails.
Yeah, so LPC, so LLPC is just limited license, and then LPC is licensed professional counselor. That's going to be your folks with the counseling degree. So that would be, technically, yeah, so she's got one. They offer the same type of services, just a different degree, different follow-up postgraduate, but they're going to offer same services and be able to basically do whatever a therapist is going to do. The traditional letters behind a therapist name would be LLMSW, so Limited License Master of Social Work, or once you get your full license after 2 years, you get your full LLMSW. And that's Licensed Master of Social Work. So again, we kind of both offer the same thing. And then you branch out into limited license and fully licensed psychologists that have a doctorate in psychology, and then same as psychiatry. So psychologists are going to offer above what we can offer as far as testing and those types of instruments. And then psychiatrists are probably going to do, more psych eval type stuff, but primarily medication management. That's really what we're going to utilize them for. So. Any ones that I forgot about? Those are all ones I know. I was waiting for you to say something I didn't know. So, okay. Perfect. Didn't know which one that was. So why might we seek therapy? Does anybody have any ideas? Has there been anything that's drawn you to seek therapy? I mean, I heard a couple stories just during the introductions, but what are some of the reasons you guys might think you'd want to seek therapy?
I'm thinking more for going through life changes and then parenting, honestly, parenting skills and stuff.
Yeah. I think really any time, which is a lot of times in life, but just life overwhelms your ability to cope with things, and then you start to develop any kind of mental health conditions as far as anxiety, depression. Life itself, I always say, is difficult enough, just paying bills, working, maintaining relationships, and then you sprinkle some bad stuff on top, and there we go, So I would say it's best to, if you're in doubt, seek it. It's not going to harm you by starting up early and getting going, and getting ahead of the game. That's kind of, I guess, my stance on it. So I know Kelsey was going to speak a little bit on why you might seek therapy for children and what you may see in them. Really, I would say just a generalization. Seek therapy with children when they're behaving outside of their norms, I guess, for that age range. And even with that, I would say you could still seek therapy just for parenting support. Even if the behaviors they're displaying are kind of in the norm, but they're overwhelming you as a parent. It doesn't hurt to have us as an extra support or resource. So that'd be the main things. Obviously reports home from teachers or anything else that's extra alarming, then that would be even more of a reason. So is there anything you guys can think of that would be any extra reasons to see?
No, I think just when your level of functioning is being impacted by the things you are going through or the challenges you're facing, that is a good time. We also see people that step into therapy when maybe they're doing okay, but they see it as an opportunity to develop personally or improve like minor things. Like there's the full spectrum that people get to benefit from these services.
Yeah, sometimes when you're doing okay too is some of the best times to heal and heal some of the past stuff and kind of, you don't have all the current things impact you at that moment. So, okay, I'll pass this over to Lexa so she can kind of speak on some of her stuff. Is there any questions on anything that we just briefly spoke about?
Do you offer neuropsych testing?
We do not, no.
Okay, do you like refer people out?
We could probably refer out to the psychiatrist that we use. Yeah, he's located in Brighton right now.
Okay. Oh, okay, so you do have a psychiatrist that you can refer to if meds are needed.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Lexa Cook. I'm one of the LMSWs on staff. I've been practicing therapy since 2019. I've got a background, started my career working with just kids, 18 and under, and then branched out into all ages. And it's been a pleasure to be able to just come alongside people wherever they are at in their walk in life. Let's see, so some of the clients that I'm working with, they are experiencing anxiety, depression, struggles with addiction, maybe they want to improve their relationships. I'm one of the people that does couples counseling over at Arrowhead. I'm passionate about seeing people like improve the connections with the people they have in their lives, life transitions. As a believer and follower of Christ, I think it's extra special to do treatment with those folks that are following Jesus too. But I work with everyone. Let's see. During this time of year, you guys are probably familiar with seasonal depression, but some people they utilize services that we offer during this time of year. Less daylight means that we are going to have our serotonin be impacted, our internal clock is going to be impacted, and that can bring up some challenges for people during these cold months. Michigan is known. You're good? Yeah. Michigan is known for us having like really low vitamin D levels. So we are more prone to seasonal depression. So that is one reason why some people seek therapy is they'll do it intermittently as they need it during the cold months. Let me see what to expect. So I know some people, like if you have never sought therapy before, that may come with a lot of unknowns. So from start to finish, I'll sort of walk you through what you can expect. So this is the awesome face that you speak to in calling our office. She's going to gather some basic information from you, as well as a brief summary of what it is that brings you in. This helps her match you with the appropriate therapist. She's going to gather some insurance info as well. We take a lot of the popular insurance companies as well as Medicaid. And from there, she'll ask about availability, and then an intake gets scheduled. Between that being scheduled and coming in for that intake, you can complete the paperwork that's needed on our end online. We have an easy portal that you get a link to, and you can fill it all out there. And then during the intake, that is an opportunity for us to get to know you. That is the start of the therapeutic relationship, and that is where the trust begins to form with your therapist. It's a comfortable place to either let it all out or just share what you're comfortable with at the beginning of what it is that you are wanting to work on or the things that you're struggling with. That really kicks off your treatment, and it helps us identify what goals that we'll be working on with you. as you probably know, therapy is confidential, so we don't share what you are sharing with us. And yeah, from there, like also what to expect. People typically start out weekly. This gives them an opportunity to do the heavy lifting early on, form that relationship with their therapist, as well as receive a lot of psychoeducation. So part of you entering into therapy, you're going to learn about what it is you're struggling with. And then from there, people often drop down to every other week, or if they've done the bulk of the work, they may go all the way down to like a monthly check-in appointment. Any questions about like what I shared about what to expect? Or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm going through a lot of anger in relationship with my wife,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to Dr. Matosian's office, seeing a therapist and a psychiatrist, and it's all helping me.
That is so good to hear.
It's also helping me.
Yeah, that's so good to hear. Yeah, we want people plugged in with the people that can help them with their therapeutic goals, medication if they need it, and of course, it is a blessing for Fowlerville to have a Celebrate Recovery as well, where you guys are able to come and gather, do life together, and lean on each other.
So, do people just see like, how do you connect with your therapist? I mean, is it like, do you try one out and then if you connect with them, or do people like have to try out a couple different therapists before they connect, or
That's a
how
good
does that
question.
work?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, so like any relationship, you'll want to lean into it being open, and you're not going to offend us. Like you get to tell us what it is that you are looking for, and that helps us determine if we are a good fit for you. But it also takes time too, right? People may experience an instant connection with their therapist. Other people may be slow to warm up. That's normal. That's okay. And we want you guys to be comfortable. Yep. If there are like some deal breakers for you, or things that you absolutely want out of your therapist, whether that be a certain gender, or if you're like, I just know I need someone who is older or younger, then you get to express that when you call, and we want to meet those needs.
Thanks.
Now, what about, okay, so for a long time, I was in an abusive relationship, and my kids have unfortunately seen the effects of that. We've gone through La Casa and have done counseling and stuff, but like the younger two still have issues, and then they have the ADHD. Do you guys do like the cognitive behavior therapy as well, along with the counseling too? Oh my god, and you guys are in Fowlerville?
Yeah. Right downtown. Yeah.
And they take Medicaid. Oh my gosh.
And we can get you in right away.
Yeah. We have like a wide range of availability. There's therapists that work part of the weekend, so if that's an issue, that is available. Telehealth is an option as well. When it's appropriate, right? Like if it's a really young kid, then we're not
I
going
was
to
just
stick
aware
that
for none of us in our household, because we're all different varieties of ADHD and on the spectrum, and so televisits never work.
Sure.
It's gonna be tricky. Yeah.
Squirrel.
Exactly.
I have a question, or if you can explain to people that don't know. Do you work with people on safety plans and suicide plans?
Oh,
You
absolutely.
go into like what you do or what you consider a plan or what you consider not.
Yeah, that is our responsibility as therapists, is we are always keeping the safety of our client in mind. So when there are signs that there could be a safety concern, whether that's thoughts of harming self, or if they are in a situation or a relationship where there are safety concerns, we would do planning around that. Yeah. Hope that gets prioritized. I will pass it on to Holly if you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do our school counselors work with you folks at all?
We are always open to collaborating. We encourage the collaboration between us and the other adults in kids' lives, whether that be like co-parenting situations, the school counselor, the school social worker. Yeah, if when there are, or even people's like pediatricians sometimes. So, nope. We have a release of information that a client would fill out, and that would allow us to be able to speak to those individuals. All right,
Sorry.
I'm gonna pass it on to Holly.
Okay.
It was a squirrel moment.
Okay, so my name is Holly Delabadia, and I'm one with the LLPC after my name. So I'm a limited license counselor. So what that means is I have to get 3,000 hours of counseling to become fully licensed. So I'm on my way, and this gracious man has given me a job here to be able to attack those hours. I shouldn't say primarily, I work with children, ADHD. I've had couples in my office, a lot of anxiety, depression, suicide, all kinds of things. Transgender, I have identity clients. So why I became a counselor, and I'll just be 100% transparent in this building because we are in the house of God. The reason I became a counselor is because I was an addict. I was attempted suicide a couple times. I wasn't at La Casa, but I've been in a domestic shelter, me and my small children. I've been married and divorced 3 times, so I know what doesn't work. Amen is right. So I've been in, domestic violence relationships. So I've been all over throughout my life. So when God gets a hold of your heart and tells you what to do, you do it.
Amen.
So here I am. And I feel fully equipped with God behind me, that spirit behind me, my schooling behind me, my boss behind me, and my coworkers behind me to be able to help people and equip people for what I've been through. So I meet with parents, with children, with ADHD or behavioral issues. I have clients that have tried suicide. Well, I can relate to that, and I want my clients to know I can relate with you because I've been in your seat. And I think that's kind of what sets me apart a little bit, is because I've already been there, and I know the heartache, I know the pain, I know how it breaks up families, I know what it does to adult children, I know what it does to your parents. I've seen all the outcome, but I've also seen how when you mix that with the power of God, how all of that can be healed.
Yes.
And it just takes work.
Oh, yes.
It takes work, it takes willingness, and I like to be that fire behind somebody's butt to get some people going. So that's what I offer. But something else that I offer are late nights, early mornings.
Oh,
Like I will be there, if you work at 6, I'll be at 5 a.m.
Oh, that's super
if
early.
he's okay with that. I was actually late coming in here tonight because my last client got a little bit after 7. So I will meet with people late. I meet on Sundays with people. I go to church and then I will have clients. So, and with all that being said, we have some groups coming up also. So we've started some groups. It's kind of an experiment for me. So 3 groups we have on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We have depression groups on Monday nights. These all started the week of January and they go 6 weeks. So depression on Monday nights. We have identity on Thursday nights, self-esteem. So it doesn't mean you have to be transgender. It could just be anybody with low self-esteem. And then addiction on Thursday nights. So addiction, any addiction. Transparency again, because we're in the house of God. Alcohol. You can be addicted to lust, gaming, shopping, food. I was addicted to food for years. So again, I'm excited about those because I've been in each one of those categories. So those go from 7:30 until 8:45, 6 weeks. So this is our first round of of groups, and then after that, we'll create some more, I'm sure. $20 for each group. And with that though, it's hands-on, we get down, we get into the nitty-gritty on all of that. Skills, coping skills, psychoeducation behind it. Really want to equip people so when they finish that 6 weeks, they can leave a better person. To sign up for those, if anybody's interested or if you know anybody, you can go online to get more information on our website, but just call the office and we have sign-up sheets. Or you can just stop in because I'm there. So, does anybody have any questions? Hopefully I didn't scare
Can I
anybody.
add?
Yes.
Okay, since Stephanie is not here, I'll just put the plug out there that she will be launching a grief and loss group as well. So that will be available coming up soon. If you follow our social media, we share updates about these like new things that are being offered on there.
Because you've been very comfortable and bold about talking of your faith and people can be healed through Christ, I connect with that. My question is coming from addiction specifically. God talks about the sins of the father being passed down generation. Is your mindset then that you're going to take the sword of the Spirit and cut that person free from passing
From
that
passing it on
addiction
to
on to the next generation?
because somebody has to stand up. I was the one to stand up in my
Therapy
family.
can do that,
Therapy can do that if the person is willing and they want that, yes.
right? And come to Celebrate Recovery, any tool.
Yes,
That's what I like hearing,
yes.
that there is hope.
There is hope. I did it, so if I did it, I know that anybody on this planet can do it. Yes.
So does therapy help the person understand the why behind?
Yes. I like to approach it with why we do the things we do, which is when I started my schooling. Why am I doing these things and I can't get out of this cycle? And I try to do the same thing with my clients. This is why you keep doing these. And actually it's more of them figuring it out as we're talking.
Could you give an example of what causes a person to fall into an addiction, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or food, or lust?
I can just speak on my own, of course, is the trauma. So mine goes all the way back to being 6 years old. I remember when my trauma started. And when we don't take care of that trauma, I'm gonna tell y'all how old I am right now. That was in the 70s. And you didn't go and tell mom and dad what happened to you because you just didn't talk about stuff back then, right? So as you get older and you start having shame and that stuff builds, shame and guilt, you get to a point where you have to start making some decisions. I actually think the Bible calls it the age of accountability. So you start making some decisions, and when you have that trauma in the back of your mind and you keep it inside, you start making bad decisions, hanging with the wrong people. Then you start wanting to mask things. Well, this hurts, I'm gonna start drinking. This hurts, I'm gonna start smoking. This hurts, I'm gonna treat people the way they treated me.
Okay.
So part of that was I was raped 3 times when I was in high school. So I thought, you know what? Gloves are off. I'm going to start treating every man just like they treated me. So you build on that. You build on that until you decide to stand up to that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I feel like I'm see-through right now. I just told you guys my whole life.
But it's good though, because some people when they go to therapy, just like y'all were explaining, they don't know what to expect. It's kind of like the first time you walk inside of a recovery, you're scared, all kind of feelings that are, attacking, and I think it's really good that you have a report. Like I had to fire 2 therapists, so I'm not afraid. I know what I want when I'm able to be healing from, and they just couldn't provide it. Nothing personal with them, that just wasn't enough for them to be the help with the traumas and other things that I was going through. But I appreciate your parenting because I can relate.
Amen, sister.
Well, to piggyback what Tanisha's saying is the concept within the church, and I don't mean just ours, but Celebrate Recovery nationally and globally, is that we're all drug addicts here. And that's only a third of the people that come. There's so much more, and having you here is helping our Forever family understand that anything can benefit from therapy
That's right.
and recovery steps.
That's right.
So we're doing everything we can to get the message out that we're here, and it's great that you're in Fowlerville promoting us, as Lex has said.
And we promote you guys too.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
need that.
We let clients know that you're here.
Why I started coming here,
Okay.
because my therapist said that I had to get out and work.
Thank you for that.
I wonder which one that is.
And I honestly didn't want to go. I didn't think I needed it, but here you get the support group, but with them you get the tools that
Okay.
you need to cope
We're glad you're
and
here.
work on it. So I do support Arrowhead for what they do. Thank you.
Well, the support, like you said, too, is such a big part of healing, too. Like it's one of the big things we preach, is trying to plug you guys into the community, whether it's at church or volunteering or however we can do it. We always try to reach that.
You guys went through like the walkthrough. Now, if you go through the walk, like you go to your intake and you start going to like your meetings, what do you encourage someone that does not want to speak? Like, so for example, our oldest was in therapy, but would refuse to speak when he got there. Now we're a blended household, so there's different expectations. But what would you do in that case? If that, like a kid or even an adult,
You
like,
I can do that one.
Yeah.
I have several kids that will come in that don't want to be there. They will sit there. So the very first intake is with mom and dad, get some background. And then I'll meet with the kid and they don't want to be there. I know they don't want to be there. They're 14, they're like, I don't want this, or however old they are. So what I have found that works, so I set up my office is very welcoming, very comfortable. Low lighting, it's not like, shock when you walk in. And what I have found with kids is that if I just sit there and I'm with them, I know you don't want to be here. I know you don't want to be sitting in that seat. But while you're here, let's play a game. Or you know what I do? And he knows. So I work late and everybody's gone. So we'll go out in the hallway and we'll kick soccer ball back and forth, throw a football. We don't ever break anything. And now I'm a real person. And sometimes kids will just start talking. Like, hey, what kind of movies you like? What kind of music you like? I'm real again.
so you just continue to encourage the parents to keep bringing them, even if they're not.
And they warm up. Because when they see that the therapist isn't this big scary person that's going to tell them what they're doing wrong and what you're supposed to be doing, and you're just really a real person that wants to listen to me, they eventually open up. And I've seen it with every one of my kids. And it's really cool, actually.
And sometimes you read it with the dog.
I was going to say, I have a dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's why you want my hair.
My favorite coworker.
Sorry, Brian, that was backfired.
Brandon has his own fan club. Yeah, we all know it. Yeah. In addition to what Holly said, I think, like, us as therapists, we want to understand too. Like, we want to know what is keeping kids from opening up, or we're going to be asking them what would make it more comfortable, or if they are not on their first therapist, but maybe their second, what was it like the first time? What did you like? What did you not like? That helps understand what could help in building rapport and trust in that relationship. Yeah.
Do you work with like the court systems for like a reunification process with the parents?
So I have and I do. I've worked with several cases ranging from even in our area all the way up to Oscoda area in that county up there too.
too that are adopted that are feeling like the abandonment issue and trying to keep it age appropriate on how they came to live with me. Do you guys assist with that also with, because I never had to explain, because 8-year-olds asking questions now. They all know they were adopted because Yolis came to me when he had just turned 2, so he was aware, and then his younger sibling. And then their adoptive father abandoned them, so the 8-year-old's struggling with that right now. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. And
Okay.
as parents are on the parenting path, you guys are always facing things
Okay.
that you are trying to find the right time, the right way to connect with your kid or explain certain things. So that is definitely one of the ways that we support people, is just navigating, how do I go about this, or is this the right time for it?
Oh, they surprise me every day with questions. And Google's pretty helpful, but some
Sure.
things Google can't do.
Yeah. Anything else for us? No? Well, thank you so much. Oh,
One more, you guys said you had this like college brain business, or
We collaborate with a psychiatrist.
are they
for men.
Christian too?
I don't know the answer to that.
that is an unknown.
I will follow up with that. I'll research that.
Well, thank you so much for having us. We're
Yes.
a phone
Yeah,
call away
thank
if
you.
you're if you're wanting to start services with us, or if you just have more questions that are maybe private.
I do have a printout.
Okay.
If you guys do wanna grab some, I can put
Those
some.
here, or leave some other stuff here for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.